To me, enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us, bring us down, bring us down. Enough is enough. You won't bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. They just wanna hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down. Enough is enough. Enough is enough, is enough, is enough. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We won't let them hurt us. Bring us down. Bring us down.
Hey guys, welcome back to Queen of the Indies Corner with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host, as always, the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany. And today I have my good friend, the wrestling genius.
That's me. That's the nickname I gave myself. in an
That's
effort
you. That's you.
To draw heat immediately.
This is
That's
Nick
it. That was my
D.
goal. So I also recently just found out there's just a completely other guy named Nick D who does color commentary for wrestling, and he's and I immediately sent it to Archie, and I was like, announcer deathmatch, it's happening, it's gonna happen. I mean, it's not going to, because I'm not that kind of guy.
Damn, we got reporters wrestling a couple of weeks ago
Exactly.
in Vegas. Now we're having commentary.
Absolutely. Them trying to sell how surprised they were was great, though.
Yeah.
Because it all stems from that first time, like Jerry Lawler, that like my song,
Yeah.
and it's almost like no, like we don't have to do that anymore.
Right.
What? That's Corey Graves' song. What? No, so them two doing what I could best call Jerry Lawler's surprise rumble face. Really sold the package that I bought to watch all those.
I can't. Well, guys, if you're new here to the Under the Rope series, here I interview everything independent wrestling, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, backstage, referees. I got you covered. If you guys got questions for Nick, please feel free. Drop it into the chat. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. So, we'll get ready for a little constant wrestling. So here we're gonna throw it up on the screen right now. So here's the official poster. So that's coming up. We're very excited.
I trust them. Here's the old one, but I trust it's in this window.
Yes, you're good. I love that. I love how you got it like framed in the background.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So
I do what I can. Random wrestling merch right here. This is my Smokey the Cat.
Smokey the Cat.
Smokey the Cat. It's Bret Hart's only fan, Smokey, his cat. And I have a bottle of Jericho's Bubbly too. I just have random things and a lucha mask. Why not?
Oh man, what happened to my bubbly? It's probably like packed away. I had like it in like a corner with all my wrestling
It
memorabilia.
survived the move from New Jersey to North Carolina, and it was a very sort of awkward, like, okay, let's please get enough bubble wrap for my little bit of the limited edition, little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah, it's probably in one of my in my storage unit. Now that you're like, yeah, what happened? Like I had it.
Oh, I have the full run of AEW collectibles. The Mr. Brody Lee shoes, which are one of my
Oh
favorites.
wow.
The Swerve shoes. I never got the Bucks one because it was limited edition, and now the whole thing. So,
Wow.
anyway, that's what you were here to talk about. AEW shoes. That's your nickname, right? Anyway.
There you go. Let me give love in the chat. I see a couple people in here. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the share button. Let's get some people in here. If you guys are tuning in later, I appreciate you. Leave me some comments, all that love. It's everything. So Zach Minger's in the chat. He goes, "Happy Cinco de Mayo." So we're starting off hot. It's Cinco de Mayo. Did you have tacos today?
No, I refused Taco Tuesday. I'm okay with tacos any other day, but I have always learned that when people like me go, right, it's Cinco de Mayo, we're gonna get tacos, and then everyone orders from that one taco place,
Right.
and then they all hate you, and then it ruins everyone else's time. So I try to just go, all right, we'll order from the good place next time. But I try to avoid Taco Tuesday on Cinco de Mayo.
Wow. Well, you
Yeah.
can go have a swig of like a margarita in the honor of tacos.
Yeah, that will work. That's probably the table.
It's funny because I put a post out earlier today and I said who's cooking tacos and who's buying tacos. So and then Alex Zane, much love to Alex Zane, he was like, any day of the week that ends with Y, I'm having tacos.
Go. His positioning as, can any food related take in wrestling, it has to go through him or else he's become this like
Mr. Taco
Hank
Bell.
Green. He's become the Hank Green of like food, where it's like, well, what did he say?
Yeah.
What did Zane say? Because that's the only opinion that matters.
He's got a meal in Taco Bell in Japan. I
Look,
mean,
some people get Rivera jackets, some people get Taco Bell named after them. So you tell me what legacy's gonna last longer. Just throw that out there.
I love it. More love in the chat. Good cop, bad cop. He goes, I'm only 2 minutes behind live, so we'll catch up quickly at ×2. He goes, hey, Nick, hey, Tiff. And then he wants to know soft or hard tacos. And I want people to let me know in the chat.
I'll tell you right now, here's the only answer. Whether you choose hard taco or soft taco, safety soft taco on plate. So as you're eating, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing the hands. You know how to eat tacos. I'm not doing the hands on this. As you're eating the tacos, what falls out lands on the plate, soft taco, and then you can kind of wrap that up and then eat the rest of the stuff that fell out.
I like that.
So it's either or.
Or
See?
Or.
That's or
shout out to my friend Brad. I know he's not watching now, but he's got like a big beard like you, and he would be like, whatever falls in, I save for later.
yeah. So I would say sometimes my marriage tips way more than it should on how gross my wife currently thinks my beard is. And so I'm getting close to the part where she's just going to start, passive aggressive is the wrong word, aggressively being like, it's gross, cut your beard. So I'm very aware that if there's anything, I gotta get that out of there. Gotta get that out of there. I mean, there are a lot more things she could be hypercritical about. I'll take the occasional beard trim.
I can't. Everything Pro Wrestling Conrad's in the chat. Give him some love. He's got you covered. AEW, WWE reviews, all that fun stuff. Make sure you're following him. He said that he is a soft taco guy and he's cooking them right now. Love that.
You have to cook them down. If they're wet, like when they're too much and then you have like taco like stream down your forearm. Yeah, that's too much. This is a wrestling podcast, right? I feel like my wife's gonna be like, I saw your taco podcast that you obviously lied and said you were on a wrestling podcast. What did I tell you about going on a taco podcast?
So when is Taco Man appearing at Constant Wrestling?
It's but every once in a while I will have these moments where I will send a note to Archie and just be like, Blue King, and then just like no, and then I honestly the match I pitched was our own security guard versus Invisible Man, and just see how it goes after he got half food. I was so close to that. That was scary. That's the kind of scary I don't want to be near.
Well, I think we should pitch Taco Man.
Yeah, and I think it'll work. Can we get it? We have to get it sponsored. This is how my marketing brain
Maybe
works.
Alex Zane.
Okay.
Maybe we could.
Exactly. Forget getting his amazing wrestling skills on our card. No. Leave that to the rest of the other federation. So I'm not going to say.
I mean, let's just think about this. Let's just Alex Zane, and he comes out, he gives out tacos to everybody, and then he wrestles Jordan Oliver. Like, I'm here for this.
Your ability to sort of the secret things into power, where you're like, if I say that Zayn and they're gonna wrestle, then it'll happen as long as I keep it on my secret board. This is my secret board. This is what I want.
If you haven't known by now, it's like I have powers. It seems like.
I can tell. I'm leaning very much into it. Absolutely. So I need a 3D printer. So can you just be like, oh, it'll be so great for his. Okay, don't.
Oh my god!
No.
Wait, what did you put into the chat? Good cut back. He goes for later on recycled. I'm afraid to click the link.
I have, yeah. I mean, look, I lived through like the first real bad Rick rolling,
Yeah.
and I've never clicked on anything since. Like I was I was in the prime of my life. I was in the mid-20s. What you can get away with by just renaming a link, like grown adults would click anything. If it said click here in an email, oh god,
it's okay. I trust Good Cop Bad Cop in the chat. He goes, there needs to be a fight to decide which is the best type of taco, soft or hard. Fans bring the toppings. Okay, I like where this is going. I think we should rail back to Alex Zane versus Jordan Oliver.
If the ingredients weren't the stereotypical thing that you throw at like a jester you didn't like in medieval times, I don't think we should have like tomatoes and lettuce. Bring your own LT to the event. I'd be nervous.
Okay, but see, Arcadia's gonna be like, Tiff, you're not allowed to come back to Constant Wrestling anymore. But see, Constant
we're just moving to a new location. If we get tomato stains on the walls, there is no going back. There is no going back.
New rule: fans bring the weapons, okay, of toppings for the tacos. But wait. But it has to be in plushy form. So that means stuffed animals.
Okay. Wow. I'm not seeing the chat, so in my mind, whether you're making this all up on your own, so good.
I'm making this up.
So good. You are. You're making it up. Hold on.
Arcadia's in the chat. He said Nicholas is
the boss is here.
The boss is here. We gotta change the subject. He goes, Nicholas is handsome.
Matt has known me. Oops, sorry. Archie, whatever, it's Matt. Archie has known me since I was 15, so he has seen me go through a time where maybe, all right, but he's also now friends with me now, so he has a warped view of what I actually look like. It's still kind of like, oh, cool younger Nick. Not. I'm almost done. I was just messing around with this like CPW constant tomato that we can kind of. But I'll just work through it again.
Come on, how fun would that be?
It's a first draft. No, the plushie idea is awesome. Can we do? Okay, stick with me.
Okay.
Let's do the plushie weapons for the June event. Give me the June event.
Okay.
Because there's not enough time for me to do plushie research. So I have to do so much research on plushies.
All right, just so anybody who hasn't been like following me for years, actually, like, Arcadia might not know this that has started, because this started from the company that we no longer speak of, and Arcadia will know right off the bat what I'm talking about.
If it makes you feel any better, why Matt and I have gotten along so well in this venture is I knew and know no one or no company personally. So from really just being like, yeah.
Oh, but if I say it on the podcast, I'm gonna get ripped.
I'm not TMZing you. Be like, so who is it? Who are you? Come on now. I know you just landed from a flight to, I don't know where people with money go. Where do you go? Do you know where they go? They go to the South River VFW. That's exactly where they go. And then it's a whole thing. So
Well,
we're good.
anyway, so as for the plushie thing, for the company that we no longer speak of, which he'll catch on right away, Charles Mason. One of the shows that we went to, me and my friends started calling Charles Mason Muff Cabbage. So we just ran with the whole Muff Cabbage thing. And in my car, I have a plushie of a cabbage. And I've brought it to shows. He smacked it out of my hand and stuff. So that's
okay. I'm glad you didn't bring the Muff Cabbage to the show where you sat next to my son, and that would have been all of a sudden. Now my son has got a fear of Muff Cabbage plushies, which is a new sentence, by the way. I wrote that new sentence.
I was behaved, but I have a bunch of plushies in my car for certain wrestlers. So
my daughter sleeps with a good 16 to 17 to 1 plushie to human ratio in her bed. So
is there any food topics?
There are some. I do not know if there are. I do not know if she currently has them, but she's the most likely to come to the June show. So if I could base some plushie themed violence to make my daughter go, this is what I want to do, I'll be like, oh no, don't.
It's the safest way. I mean, there's a lot of kids that go to constant wrestling, so the safest thing so we don't make a mess is
absolutely
plushie match.
Yeah. There's 15 kids named Jackson. Everyone's got a kid named Jackson in content. It is a bit too much. We're gonna build like a trios team of my son and Murder's kid and obviously Archie's kid too. They're all named Jack.
So I mean, listen, people are talking about like streamers and stuff. How fun would it be of like throwing plushies?
Yeah.
In the ring.
Now here's the thing. My first response is yes, and then if Matt's shaking his head, then no. No.
It's safe. I said plushies. It could have been worse, like human tomatoes and
of whose dream constant is mine. I'm like 10-15%. Matt's like a lot, so he gets to make finalized plushie decisions.
I'm banned going forward for constant.
Yeah. Did I say that we were going to give you 2 tickets to give away? Did I say that? I did. Yes. I take that back now. You will watch the show when we tell you we will.
Okay. Oh my god. Oh, look at that. Good Cop Bad Cop says my youngest is Jackson also.
There we go. It's now we have a Survivor Series team.
There you go.
Named the boy.
Can't say the Jackson 5 because
no, you can ironically do it like Ben Folds 5, but there's got to be a Jackson 4. Wasn't Chris Webber What number was Chris? Anyway, I'm sorry. Not basketball genius. Taco genius. Wrestling genius.
I told you it was a food very,
It's
foodie
fine.
pod.
Dude, I'm struggling to think of a topic that you could honestly jettison to right now that I couldn't be like, ow. And watch me turn her love of tiny pin bowling into an appreciation of Iron Mike Sharp. I'll do it. It'll take a while, but I'll do it.
All right. So there we go.
And then someone's gonna be like, do it, then do it.
All right. So let's for the fans that don't know you, give a little bit of your background so they can learn a little bit about you, like how you got into wrestling, and then now this journey that you've taken with Constant Wrestling.
Yeah, I for the first I guess as the story that story goes is like when I was a kid, when I was a kid, I saw a man in a yellow bathing suit slam a giant man in front of 93,000 people, and then it was just like, all right, I'm cool with this. Really, I came into watching and understanding and appreciating it. Call it SummerSlam '90. That is your Hogan is your first pay-per-view post Warrior defeating Hogan. You have the rude cage match where he gets his pants pulled down. My mother loved that. And then you had the Earthquake match where they didn't pull the plug on giving Earthquake a better run, and they had him win by a count out. Or it was so anyway. From there, it was just what I watched. I was that guy. I have baby pictures of myself holding my LJNs, like it. But the deep process story of I had between living in a couple of different houses as a kid and who lived in my house changing frequently. Professional wrestling has been the only consistent thing in my life for my whole life. It never went away. It's never going to go away. And I try and approach how I watch it not as I like this, I don't like this. I sort of treat it more like music in that, I like some of WWE's 80s stuff. Then it got a little weird in the 90s, and that album was crap, but then they came back and then they did that, and I'm not afraid to go, you know what? WWE's boring me right now. Now I'm going to watch now I'm going to use my Triller Plus subscription to watch something else, to watch New Japan, to watch more on the lucha side, whether it's WWE branded lucha or just old wrestling matches. I fall asleep every night to wrestling from about 84 to about 90, something like that. And it's not the pay-per-views. I currently have a playlist that I've sent to. It's called the Seton Hall Prep Wrestling Club, whatever, immaterial, and it has over about 1,000 full wrestling videos that are predominantly like Wrestling Challenge and like WCW Saturday Night, and Bobby and Gorilla and listening to sort of, and then sometimes I can go with the older stuff. But the problem is the theme song to World Class is so epic, and trying to fall asleep to the World Class theme song is not easy at all. So you have to kind of narrow it down. You could tell the eras based on like the smooth jazz that would come in and out of the show. That's what you asked, right? You said ramble about wrestling. That's what you asked, and that's what I did. So as I was saying, I tend to not complain about wrestling. I tend to just go, this isn't for me. I'm going to watch something else. Yeah. And then something else will happen and I'll turn my head and be like, did Danhausen do a thing? And I'll turn. Mm-hmm. And then I'll look in this direction and go that way. But I don't like to complain about what I see. I think that every wrestling canon is wrestling canon. Yeah. To me, it all exists and everyone can tie it together.
Right.
And how you want to do it is what what makes professional wrestling fun, because you can, if you were just like, I'm going to focus on 90s all Japan, you could spend your entire, all you do is that.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah. And then also what I also really, really, really try and do is not take opinions from people about wrestling
Right.
that is intended to be negative.
Of course.
So like I like the long form positive stuff. Um, um, like it all starts with like OSW review, but then wrestling bios and Kim Justice, who does some really great stuff, both in the video game sphere and the wrestling sphere. But it's some of that stuff that Kim Justice does is really deep dive, women's All Japan, and the most in-depth coverage of something that most people have no concept of just these amazing Japanese women throwing each other onto a wooden floor at high rates of speed till they're 25, and then someone goes, "You're too old, get out of here." So there's always something. If you like the scripted stuff, that's why I love Lucha Underground so much. I think Lucha Underground was the beginning of the cinematic wrestling that some people hate and some people really like.
Yeah,
So,
it's for everybody. Whatever
yeah,
you're
like,
into, you'll find.
Yeah, that like if you don't like that segment, well then how about this segment? Do you like that segment? Then how about that segment? And all of those segments are sponsored by Boost Mobile, and that is what it is.
But it's crazy, right? Because like our time compared to where we are now with wrestling, it's so different, and the fact of like that we could access it easier, and then we have the indies, you know, and we have all these promotions now, you know.
I'm always under the understanding that everything in wrestling and really life has about a 20-year cycle to it, and so there's really no difference to where we are now in the whatever Netflix era than where we were kind of in the 2000s, coming out of a massive, oh my God, look how successful everything is going. And then it gets too bombastic. You get guest hosts on Raw and everybody hates it. And then slowly you get people going, okay, and that's where that indie craze, you know what I mean? It got, where that popped up in ROH, and then AEW sort of, closed off that run of independent. So then the independents have to come from somewhere else.
Right.
And I was having this conversation with Matt the other day about how, to me, the best wrestlers that are both up and coming and currently are what I'm lovingly referring to as like hip Jeff Hardys. Like there's that group of kids, the kids that loved Jeff Hardy, the kids that loved Jeff Hardy when they were in like 08, 09, even through the bad times. You see people like Javon, and how this hyper athletic character is what's taking off right now, because it all sort of shifts. What looks different than now. Whatever looks different than now is what's going to be cool soon, and then it'll just revert on itself.
Yeah.
So this is I think we have reached the pinnacle of where WWE is going to be for a while. It'll have to drip a little bit. It'll have to come down when the casuals suddenly don't want to put in the time to process the bloodline, and then it'll dip, and then it'll be like, what's up with wrestling? And then it'll be super popular again. And so I'm glad to be working in a space where the alternative to what's popular is what we're putting out there.
Yeah.
I love entertainment wrestling. Like I think I love it more than most people. but I also like work rate stuff too, and I have to make sure. And now we're going towards a place where I think if you were the first time you came to a Constant show, if you thought that that was the work rate that you're going to get everywhere, up and down, I think it will. I think it'll skew your outlook.
Yeah.
I think it's like, all right, well, temper your expectations when you leave here because this was great. This was great. It's designed to be that. It's designed to be a little bit of entertainment to get you into the building and then put on the best matches possible.
Yeah.
It's finding that. If it wasn't about entertainment, I wouldn't have bought that jacket. Like, obviously, if I'm buying bedazzled Bobby Heenan inspired jackets, then you need a little razzle dazzle. But
we
at the
all
same
need a little
time,
razzle dazzle in our life.
yeah, otherwise, I will get what I always get, which is, has anyone told you look like Zach Galifianakis? Yes, a lot actually. It happens more than I'd be willing to. And the sad part is usually they do it like, ooh, is it okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Did that offend you?
Yeah. So, Arcadia was on a couple of weeks ago. We talked a little bit about Constant Wrestling. We broke down the card. Now we seem to be running through now, right? Like that we're trying to do every month a show going forward now.
Call it 6 weeks. We'll call it 6 weeks is what
Okay.
my OCD will allow. And so, yeah, it feels right. It feels like the right amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to out, oh, we're going to do weekly shows. It's like, no, we won't. No, we're not.
Well, you're a little far.
But at the same time, I don't have, my wife doesn't have that many frequent flyer miles. She has a lot, super lot. She's really important, flies around a lot. But I can only come home once every 6 weeks and home to a point. I live here.
Yeah.
In this room, they don't let me out. I think 6 weeks feels right because, and it's funny, I have a setting on my watch that is always set to how many days until the next Constant.
Mm-hmm.
So 11, by the way. I'm sure Matt knows. I'm sure Matt paces around, mumbling it to himself. It's the right amount of time. It's the right enough time for us to really think about what happened in the last show.
Mm-hmm.
I've been trying to do this new thing, and yes, I will find ways to circle in my children anytime I can because I'm that guy. I try and ask my kids, like, how was your... I'll ask them about their day, but I'll ask them about it a couple of days back. Mm-hmm. So, like, I would ask them about their weekend now because enough time has passed for them to process it, as opposed to, like, hey, how was school? That thing you left 45 seconds ago, and you obviously had enough time to process. So, from a booking standpoint and just from a fan standpoint, it's hard to keep up with week. I gotta follow this and follow that and follow this, and then this is 6 weeks. We promise you, we will get you the story that is necessary to get you to a place where you're like, that was really good. That was really entertaining. And that's it. And then you have a little bit of time to walk away from it.
Yeah.
And it's been 6 weeks since Corey won that match, or it's been 4 weeks and some odd days since he's won that match.
Right.
If that blow off happens a week later, what did we do?
Yeah.
So let's let this story build. Let's let the way that it used to build. There would be episodes of Superstars where the build would exist. It would be, and then the model would do a promo, and that's it. He would say something about Jake. He would spray arrogance, and that would move an entire plot point.
Yeah.
So keeping things under a reasonable amount of time and airline miles is really the key to how Constant's going to move forward.
Yeah. And the last show just dropped yesterday, correct? On the YouTube channel, too, because I just shared it
boy.
earlier.
Yeah. I am not the details genius. I
Okay,
am
I got
not
you.
that guy.
It was
Mhm.
it was posted, so make sure you guys are following Constant Wrestling.
Thank
So
you.
I shared it.
Posted, I honestly thought I had posted for weeks because Matt sent me the link before it went live. So I was like sending it to like my dad and people. I was like, yeah, it's up, it's there, it's that, everything. And then the other day I was like, Matt, did they take our video down? And he was like, no, it's never been up. And I was like, oh, so yeah, totally.
It's
just
live,
dropped.
pal.
It's live. Listen, we're live, pal.
It's live, so you're good. So yes,
I'm gonna do that one again. Why was I just thinking about Sid Vicious the other day? Oh, because Sid Vicious did a program with El Gigante. So Vicious is leaving WCW. He's heading over to the WWE to be Sid Justice and somehow kick out of the atomic leg drop. But they had a like loser leaves town stretcher match with like El Gigante, and then it randomly just wasn't a stretcher match, and then somehow the one man gang was there and Kevin Sullivan, but the one man gang was dressed like he was in the Black Parade.
Mm-hmm.
One man gang went through like this weird punk phase, circa 91 WCW with Kevin Sullivan. Remember how Sullivan's eyes used to be like that when he was down in Florida? Except on One Man Gang, it looked ridiculous. He looked like a giant raccoon. But so anyway, I was just thinking of Sid. Go ahead. Yeah, this is it. This is how my brain works. This is why I always if I can explain the gimmick is it's not like if you asked me like how many times Kerry Von Erich ever wrestled with Kevin while Kevin wore shoes, I'm not gonna know that. But I know it from like it'll just pop in my head. And I was like, yeah, there was a time, you remember that, come on, there was that whole angle where, and then they lit a guy on fire, and then, Fritz was involved, and then Fritz retired, and then unretired.
And here we are.
So
we're about almost 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks away. Like I said, 11 days.
Less than 2 weeks away. Because that was my first ever time on play-by-play.
Mm-hmm.
It was trying to not watch it as a fan, trying to watch it as a commentator. It's a different beast. I tried not to do the and while I loved her, I do enjoy her work. The Renee Paquette. When she would react.
Yeah.
So that's hard not to do because, for lack of a better phrase, like I love wrestling, but I also know the toll that it does to people. And there was, I forget the Tower of Doom spot was beautiful by Corey and the boys. Corey made a really great adjustment because I forget someone's legs were fakakta, but they figured it out and did it. But there was just a simple, I want to say it was, I think it might have been Flying Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
I think he went over with a sunset flip. Somebody hit their head on the bottom rope. And it was just that, like, where that their head snapped.
Right.
And as a commentator, you really don't want to be like, oh,
yeah.
You want your dad
to, like, hold back
to kick in.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh my God, I'm so nervous for them. Like that can't come across. Nobody wants their play-by-play, their color commentator to be nervous the whole time. That's not what anybody wants. And so it is. I think with the second time around, I think I won't be nearly as distracted by all the pretty colors and lights and sounds. And it's like I brought my son and his best friend there early, and they helped put the ring together. And honestly, I went home and I said, listen, Jackson is like 1% more likely going to become a professional wrestler. This did not help move him away from the hobby. In fact, push him towards it. And then once the ring was set up, my co-commentator Eric was working through some moves with a monster of a man, and it was an empty place, and it was that sound of just that bang when that ring hits and those springs hit. It took me, I would say, like 15, 20 minutes until I stopped jumping at it every time. So you can watch wrestling your whole life, but unless you're 5 feet from a used wrestling ring, hit very quickly, it's not a noise. It has that like gun range feel where you're like something just went off.
Yeah.
You're So I'm hoping that I can be a little less just fanboy of the whole situation.
Yeah.
At one point, Matt, like right before the show, Matt and I went outside and just had like a moment of like, oh my God, we did this. We pulled this off. Like, whoa, this was a goofy conversation we had one time on the phone. Like, should we do this? Of course we should, Matt. Let's have a fun time. We'll see what happens. And then we were like, oh, okay, now we got to go in there and actually do a thing. Okay. Fun time hugs are over. But let's
gotta put on the face and
yeah, absolutely.
But it is completely different, like especially sitting behind commentary and being a fan. I've done it. I know, even being backstage at plenty of promotions, before the craziness happens, it's a lot. Like,
and it was so much. So I'm there to say that I met every person in that building for the first time who wasn't Matt Revell. And so trying to put names with faces and all these kind of things, it was impossible to do.
Yeah.
But what kept on happening was dude who was just chill and hanging out, putting the ring together, is now half man, half bull. And you're just like, oh wow, that's that guy. Oh, that's that guy. He was really nice. He offered me pizza. Like you suddenly they become their characters, but I met them all as humans first.
Right.
Really the only person that I really had seen wrestle, I guess, was that's the thing. Like there was Jordan. I don't think I'd ever really seen Jordan live before at a thing, but I'd seen him on things before. And so it was just nice to meet everyone and be like, oh, right. Oh, that's that guy. Oh, he's awesome. Oh, that's that guy. He had a stick earlier that now connects to his Tarzan gimmick. Like, it would be things like that. Like, yeah. I enjoyed how he was using the Tarzan stick to knock the seats down to help us set up, like, work. Like, if there's one thing he learned from being raised in the jungle, it was work smarter, not harder. I
love that.
And that was it.
That's one of the things, especially like with me doing these podcasts, right? Like, so like you got to meet everybody before the fact, before they come into characters. And it's one thing that even I've learned of coming into wrestling originally, just like as a fan, not knowing all the stuff that I know all these years later, that at the end of the day, it's like wrestlers and promoters and everything, you peel back and it's like, it's just like you and me, so, and then a lot of people think that even like the heel wrestlers, like that's how that they really are. But then when I put them sit here and I put them like on my podcast and then we have these chit chats just like you and me are doing right now, it's like, oh wow. Like,
well, to piggyback on that story, I met you before I met you, and so we had reached out to get you to the show, and that was fine. And I knew I was going to meet you, but I had never met you before.
Right.
So I was wandering around, and as I was leaving, there were two nice young ladies by the door, and I walked by, and I was just being goofy Nick weird dad guy, and was like shooba dooba doop, and you guys laughed, and that was it. And I moved on, and I was like, oh, that's fun. Wrestling people are fun. And then I whipped back around, and I took a walk, and then Matt was like, hey, Tiffany's here, she's over there, and I was like, oh, I know them already. Like in my head, but in my head you met Goofball Nick, and I was like, well, there goes my character. All right. There's no coming back from this now. You know, I was the human equivalent of the John Cena's running for his muffins meme. You know that meme where he kind of did that little walk and they put like a muffin tin in his hand. Someone will pop it up like right here.
Yeah.
Ready to go. Right there, right here, John Cena doing his muffin walk. Put it in the chat. You like that? I've been doing this for 44 minutes and I say things now like, just drop it in the chat. That my children taught me to like scribe, ring that bell.
Yes.
Can't, guys, ring that bell. Like, subscribe,
All
ring
that
that
fun
bell.
stuff.
Comment in the comments about, I don't know. Is this the one of these armpits has a hole in it? So I was like, is this the one? Yeah, it is.
We didn't see that.
This is so old. This shirt is well, we saw. Well, I guess it's pre-COVID, which is all really you need to know, like that for timeline purposes. It's a pre-COVID Archie shirt.
Yeah.
We took my buddy Chris and I took our kids, Christian and Jackson, to go see our friend who was a wrestler, and this is the shirt I bought. And it's still going, so it's got to be at least 10 years old.
Oh my goodness. So, a bunch of people on the Constant show have been on this podcast through the years, so it's kind of cool. Even like me, there's a bunch of people that I haven't seen in so long.
Yeah.
COVID happened. The tolls are killer. I kind of just stayed in New York. But the
Dude,
nice thing is
no.
that that's the nice thing about independent wrestling is we have apps now that we can watch all this stuff. So I love the fact that now we're getting Constant Wrestling on YouTube. So you guys don't, you don't need to be subscribed like to an IWTV or Thriller or whatever. It's all in.
We just want people to enjoy it at this point. Where we had a we had to come to whatever you choose to pray to meeting, and we were just like, what are we trying? What's our goal here? Like, if our goal is this, then these are the things we have to sacrifice, and if our goals are this, then these are the things we have to sacrifice, and I think we're willing to sacrifice these things.
Yeah.
So that's what it was, a big change, because I feel like what happens is you get a little bit, like the tiniest bit of success, and then everyone's good-natured help sort of just bombards. And it even happened with Matt. Like, Matt was like, what'd you think? And I like wrote him a 3-page epic, and I think he wanted me to go, it was great. because that's not how he learns and ingests and makes adjustments.
Right.
He's not just going to read a wall of text and go, I will now populate this and then spit it back out.
Right.
He needs to kind of know, like, how did you feel about what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had the best time of my life. Why? Great. That's all I need to know, because that means that whatever we did for you made that the best night. Like, I sent him a text. I sent him when I finally got home, I sent him, it was the clip from Willy Wonka. And it was at the end when he was like, do you know what happened to the boy who got everything he wanted? He lived happily ever after. Like, I was like, this is awesome. This is a thing that I was like, if I never do it again, I will always have that show. And my son was there, and it lives forever on the interwebs. And it was awesome. And luckily they asked me to come back. So I don't know why I was like, what am I? Oh, okay. No, literally, I got a text welcoming me to the Velvet Boba loyalty program, which 100% means that my wife took the kids to go get boba, and she signed me up for rewards.
Is she gonna bring you some home though? Is the real question?
I don't know. I'm interested to see how this goes. Tell us in the I want you guys to comment on your favorite Velvet Boba flavor. Let's try and get that integration going, guys. Let's get a conversation started in the comments, which will ultimately spiral into just hate at all times.
Goodness.
Okay, one of my new absolute favorite, like, brain rot things to do. You know those they're like YouTube videos, and it's just like scrolling pictures and text of certain things. So it'll be like Nikki Bella, 42 years old, and then this person, it's just scrolling text, and it is obviously like AI created images with AI created like text. But yet, if you watch that comment, man, it is just people correcting people. It's just people correcting nothing because it's AI. So it's like John Laurinaitis isn't his cousin, is his brother, and it's like this isn't a real machine. It's not a real thing. It's not going to make a change because you suggested we change it in the comments.
Oh my. So I guess you know, we have like a few minutes left. I know you're on Clackdown 2 with the
No,
wife.
no, I don't know how long it takes to get Boba sign up for the loyalty program. I don't know. Is there a
All
questionnaire?
right.
I don't know. I don't know these things.
All right, so anyway, so back to the poster. Here's the official poster, May 16th, in South River, New Jersey. How much are tickets?
How much are tickets?
Yes.
These are detail questions. What did I tell you about detail questions? I can tell you how many front row seats we still have if I search it through the context of Matt. If I search my text messages with Matt, how much are tickets? Reasonably priced.
Well, if you can't get to Jersey, it will be
I
uploaded.
can't stress enough how perfectly priced our tickets are. to say that where that is priced is such a formulaic number to go. Did everyone get what they needed to do this? They did. Great, we're out of here. Great, we're out of here. There is not a dollar to be made here. So
Damn,
what
that's
are
cold.
tickets? Reasonable.
All
They're
right, I got
reasonable
you.
is what
I
they
got you.
are.
I got you. Tickets are $31.60 if you're buying them on the site, which are linked in my description. I got you covered with that. General admission, you know, after the taxes, you know, these sites, they're crazy. So $26.50 for general admission. So
You will be giving away tickets. We don't quite know when, how, yet how, but I'm announcing it live that we will be providing tickets to you to give out in whatever way you so choose. As I said, if you choose to give those to yourself, that is fine. Yeah, we look. It's not the we're not the our goal isn't to get you to your first constant show. Our goal is to get you to your second and your third and your fourth, and then that's about all I have scheduled.
I mean, you can't go wrong with this show. You can't go wrong with concept. I'm going to start flashing graphics across the screen. So if you're listening to audio, come over to the video site as well. We got Pat Dynamite versus BT Bull. We got Eddie Thomas versus Joey Silver. So you'll get candy, by the way. I mean, Joey Silver's been on this podcast as...
So Joey's candy of choice are these immensely cat of nine tail sized Twizzlers that you can use to both eat and punish yourself for sinning. And I'm also a Twizzler guy on the day of a show. On the day of a show, I've done one show. But on the day of a show, because Twizzlers don't make my nervous tummy feel bad. So we had this moment of like, hey, Twizzler. We had you know how like people who drive Jeeps, they all wave at each other in the same way? It's like that, but with Twizzlers. So
there you go. By the way,
exactly.
good cut back.
We brought it back to food. See, I did it for you.
Good cut back up in the chat says you can pay cash or with Boba rewards.
Yes, we will have a collect. I have so many of them now. That's it. I don't. You know, if Good Cop Bad Cop comes to the show, I will promise a local gift card for Boba. You hear that from me right now? If someone can verify that you are at the show, free Boba and free Boba on me.
How long is that drive for you, Good Cop Bad Cop? I know that's a little far.
I'm flying in from Charlotte Friday night and then flying home Sunday morning. Because the deal I worked out with my wife is that I can do this as long as children are picked up and brought to school without any change in schedule.
There you go.
So yeah, I want to hear it. It's a long drive.
All right, we're moving on with the cards. So we got Malik Delmonte. I gotta get him on the podcast soon. That is definitely one that I need to put onto the podcast. I've had plenty of talks with him. I need to make that happen. And
Yes.
against Drake Chambers, I
Chambers,
knew
yeah.
this match is going to be so damn good. So
Yeah, I Malik was definitely one of those where he went from the guy who was doing fun flips in the ring while we were building it
yeah.
to me going like, oh, cool, that's him. He's doing flips. Do a back flip. Like it was I became that guy.
Good Cop Back Up says price of gas nowadays means I won't even head into Maryland recently.
Please don't head into Maryland. Please don't. Please don't. I like in Maryland where halfway through Maryland it switches to those old timey brown signs. I don't know, like whenever I drive through Maryland, I'm like, oh, I'm at the kind of that southern part because the road signs look like they're green and new, and then you get to the old country brown Maryland street signs. That's the kind of content that's going to get you eyes. Somewhere, somebody obsessed with Maryland street signs and road signs, their Google alert just exploded. To people with Google alerts, am I that old?
Too much. All right, so we got Silk City Kings versus Do or Die Posse. That's gonna be
Absolutely.
crazy too. So we got Ty Thomas and Ron Voyage. It's gonna be good.
We had the last match. I felt like even on commentary, people were split on Ron, you know, and while I think that's partially the point, I think there's especially coming from somebody like me who is in general disarming looking. I trust me, if there's one wrestler on the card that I look the most like, it's Ron. and Ty had just there's a mean streak there, and honestly, depending on why you come to those type of shows, is going to determine who you care about. If you're there to have a good time, then get your ass on that conga line
I was
and
just
have a
gonna
good
say.
time. Yeah, get your ass on that conga line. But if you're there for, the serious business of fighting, that's why we're here. Suddenly Ron's antics can get on your nerves.
Yeah.
And so this is definitely a do or die moment, I think, for Ron in terms of like the silliness got you beat mercilessly last time.
Mhm.
So what is your next move? Is it pivot? Is it dive deeper into silly? Or is it you know what? It's serious time. It's from now on it's Ronald Voyage. There's a serious. There has to be the the computerized man of the 1990s Terrence Taylor version of Ron.
Right.
And how do we get that? Is there a York Foundation version? We'll see. It's I feel so much of that match is going to be determined even before the bell rings.
Ooh, look at that. Look
See?
at that.
See?
All right, so we have the showcase, the breakthrough showcase. I love this, and I love that Arcadia said at the podcast when he came on that he might keep like the showcasing, which I adore when promotions are showcasing wrestlers. This is what I do. I showcase wrestlers on this podcast and everything.
It has every time we have spoken about Constant, it has been, and how do we, like, what do you think of this guy? What do you think of this guy? What do you think of this guy? I watched every one of the whatever the hell it's called, all those matches, all those different events on WrestleMania weekend, and I just have a notebook on my phone, and I would just be like, this guy, this lady, this guy, what about this guy, what about that guy, and sometimes, like, for instance, like, and I'm blanking on his name because I'm bad at things, but there was a lot of matches with Steve Borden in them, but I was more interested in, to me, I always like to look out for the guy who's in the ring with the special assignment. Like, it can be like, who's in the ring with the celebrity? Who do they trust?
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that Steve is a celebrity, but he's a special project. Okay. and the wrestlers that they put him in with are to enhance them. It's that, that lost footage of Bret Hart versus, I think it was Mike McGee maybe, or the McGee guy, where everyone thought he was the next big thing, but it just turns out he was just wrestling Bret Hart, whose only fan is Smokey, his cat. We're back to it. I brought Smokey back to
the conversation.
Smokey. It comes out. Remember when wrestling entities went through that phase where everyone had a plush thing and you had to like pre-order it?
Yeah.
I think was it Matt McMuscles did it, and then OSW did it, and then everybody did it. So I have a collection of wrestling podcast memorabilia.
I like that.
I like to support those I follow.
Yes. So, the Breakthrough Showcase. So we got Pedro Field, Max,
professional. Get back to the card.
Billy Gold, and Mike Donovan. I know a few of these guys in here. But like I said, me personally, like I love the showcase so that we get these spots. Yeah. So,
I think it's a way that if it's consistent, and that's really what we're hoping to show with the constant, we did there, that we're not going to pull the rug out from you and be like, just kidding, we're running this huge show, and then, forget it, we don't have time for that because we were able to get some massive thing. And if we get some massive name, great, that's awesome.
Right.
But it's so that you know when you go to the show, you're going to get the best.
Yeah.
That we as a collective unit can offer you. And some shows are going to be better than others, but you're never going to leave there going, well, I probably could have went to Medieval Times.
Yeah.
Like I give you 100%. You'll be happier than if you had gone to Medieval Times, guaranteed.
Hey, invest in your people and invest with the future. So that's what I like. Me and Arcadia through the years, we've had conversations about wrestlers all through. Like I'll throw names at him. So it's just like,
it's a good system because we all look at it from different locations.
Yeah.
Matt has that really wrestling business eye concept. I see it from, do people like when they're on the screen? Like you spend 1 second with our champion Cressy and you're like, oh, I get it. People want to watch you do anything.
Right.
It's how people make millions of dollars while playing video games that other people just watch them play video games. Like, because they just want to be around that person. They're not selling video games. It's not because Nipsky happens to be the greatest Mario speedrunner and somewhat better looking than most speedrunners.
Right.
It's just people like being around his aura, and so that's what we're hoping for with most of the things that we're doing there. Matt said to me, he was like, I want you there because I want you to be a part of this. And that's why everyone's there. Everyone there is because I want to hang out with them and do this with them.
Yeah.
And so it's not, so once you kind of come at it from that direction, I say, that's the pitch. That's the show.
There you go.
That's constant.
Yeah. So
we are constant. Other things.
Here we go. We got tour matches. The Backseat Boys versus Shot Callers. So
I saw them again. I saw them on Triller watching the WrestleMania shows as well.
Yeah.
It was my son had a wonderful time going, oh, that's that guy. There was a run in the here comes my curse. Here comes my one curse. There was a run in the Clusterfuck Battle Royal where it was just a bunch of people in a row where they'd recently been on that constant show.
Yeah.
And like my son, he's 14. It's not like he's mesmerized by like the magical business, but he was like, oh, that's that guy. Like
It's like, you know,
Right, I know.
people.
Like he's that guy, like so he's Sal. That's Sal. That's Sal guy. We played catch in the parking lot for 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Like he processed all of it.
Love
So
that.
it's a nice combination of guys you're gonna see up and comers,
Yes.
guys who are you're like muffin cabbage was there, and
Love cabbage.
Muff Cabbage was there, and he was great. And so, I mean, he'll kill me where I stand, and that's cool. But did I say I live in Charlotte? I don't. North Dakota. Um, we, so you're getting all these different types of matches.
Yeah.
We pay attention to when we put the matches in the order. It's
Very detailed.
yeah, it's frighteningly detailed.
But that's good. That's what you want.
Yeah.
And then we have Quasi versus Corey Zillinger. So
As we said before, I mean, what runs out first? The ability to always surprise everyone and pull it off,
mm-hmm.
or you just run out of that.
Mm-hmm.
When we were trying to pick who our favorites were in the number one contender match, as you would hear is after you watch our recently uploaded episode of our last show, the Renaissance, I said sometimes you just pick the biggest guy in the ring. Sometimes it's easier just to be the biggest guy in the ring. You had multiple. I'm looking at my match cards. With Drake and with Griffin and with Malik, they were playing politics, 2-on-1s, 3-on-1s. I'm with you. I'm not with you. I'm on your side. I'm not your side. And then Corey would just wipe the ring clean and just, and it didn't matter. All that plotting and planning and jumping and flipping, and then everyone got slammed down at once in a massive spot. So at some point, we've seen Quessy pull it off. We cannot question his heart, but at some point, it's not your heart that keeps you conscious.
Yes,
it's your brain. So getting slammed, Corey putting you through the mat that hopefully survived my son building it is. It did, by the way. He's now judgy about rings too. There was a moment in I think the Dragon Gate show where he was like, the ring's a little droopy, and I was like, all right, pal, relax.
He's a pro now.
Relax, you know it all.
He's pro now.
He is. Look, absolutely. I grabbed him right before right before the match. Everything was right before the first match was going to start. And I was like, is this still cool? Is this still cool? He's like, yeah, it's still cool. And I was like, all right.
I love that.
Cool. Yeah, it won't be soon, though.
You don't know that.
Like all things. No, I do. I like all things. Like the wrestling, like the most popular gimmicks, it runs in a cycle. He's going to want to be the opposite of me. And I wanted to be the opposite of my dad. And so, and strangely, I ended up being like my grandfather, which I guess means that Jack's going to be like my dad.
It's a full circle.
It's why every
full
exactly.
circle. It's a full circle.
Exactly.
But that's cool though. I love that you could share that experience with him, now.
Yeah.
So.
Good stuff. We took our Christmas card, which is Jack holding the constant belt and me standing next to him. I think I'm just gonna Photoshop my wife and daughter into the side plates, like right on the side plate.
Yeah.
And then that'll be it. Be like Merry Christmas from Nick and the people he lives with.
So.
I look like such a proud dad. I'm like, this is my son.
I can't. So yeah, guys, definitely follow Constant Wrestling. Plug away for.
There are no plugs. If I made decisions based on whether or not people liked me, boy, no, it would drive me mad. So yes, I have an Instagram page. I don't post anything, but I use it to like your things, and I use it to learn about you and follow people who point me in the right direction because I need a little bit of filter. I can't just research every wrestling that has ever existed. I need someone who I trust. I need someone who I trust to go, have you looked at, you know, have you looked at mid 80s? And I go, yeah, I'll take a look. So I trust you.
I'm your person. There's a reason why I'm Queen of the Indies. No.
Absolutely. You got a new graphic, right? You just redid your graphic for
my header for my personal
that
Twitter.
Yes, you knew. I knew you had some sort of graphical upgrade.
Yeah, I did it for my banner on my personal Twitter. I'm always like updating. I put like new people. I was like, all right, it's time. Let's update some boys and girls.
A former boss of mine in like 3 lifetimes ago would constantly change his profile picture to the same picture, but he would just do a different file because when you update your photo, it says like, hey, so and so changed their photo, and you land on people's pages because something new happened.
Yeah.
But you don't want to be that clown who has a different photo every 3 weeks. So he would just load the same photo but a different file name, so it would trick the algorithm.
Oh. There you go.
Uh-huh.
By the
exactly.
way, Arcadia said, love you both. Just tell him to shut up if you need to. Well.
Yeah.
So.
All right, fine.
Damn.
Fine. I'm going to go back to drawing my constant tomato.
All right, so
hopefully
we get our taco match again. Our plushie taco match.
June. The plushie taco match has to be June so that my daughter can come to the show.
I can't.
It has nothing to do with the busy schedule of the people who put their lives on the line for our own entertainment. It has to be so that my daughter Grace can bring a plushie.
I'm here for it. So
the children.
Maybe we can get a sponsorship for plushies or something like that. Let's reach out.
Maybe we get a sponsorship from Velvet Boba. If I'm a little concerned they're gonna come home all hyped up on boba.
I can't. So, but anyway, make sure you guys are following Constant Wrestling.
Follow Constant, not me. That's the
Don't follow him. No, he's got one photo. Follows just me and Arcadia.
The only people that follow me are people from New Jersey who think I just got weird and created a new Instagram page, and I want to be like, you don't like, hey, friend of a friend whose friend I met that one time apple picking. Like, you don't need to refollow the Wrestling Genius. It's okay.
Come on, you just want to follow.
It's okay.
You just want to follow.
It's okay. It's okay. Follow
Tiffany. They'll follow the product.
Yeah, follow Constant though. Just my profile picture is just going to be me pointing to Constant and just going, just follow that. Follow that thing.
If you guys can't go to the show, like I said, make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel as well. So I'll provide the link below in the descriptions for you guys. So definitely check that out. Check out the last show. I was there. It was a good time.
Please be kind. It was the first time I ever did that while recording it with other people in the room. So that was fun. It wasn't me just commentating, WCW versus NWO World Tour alone. So this was fun.
So there you go. So I will be back next week with Rev Pro champion Jay Joshua. I'm excited for that one. So,
wow, that's an upgrade in guest. Look out.
All the way over the pond in UK.
Next week on the show is going to be the ghost of
Taco Man.
Ghost of Coco Beware. I don't even know if I think he's alive actually, but
oh my
God.
So
shout out to Coco.
Thank you for coming onto the podcast.
You know all my Coco Beware stuff. Go ahead.
I heard you. So
can I do it in 2 seconds? Can I do it 2 seconds? I think there should be a Where's Waldo type book, but it's Coco, and it's Coco Beware, and you have to find Coco. I think that's a killer idea. I think that Coco Beware is, and like Frankie can be there. Like, how much fun? Wrestling, Where's Waldo called Coco Beware.
Anyway, well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're listening to this later, leave me some love. Make sure you hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that fun stuff. Follow Nick. Maybe don't follow Nick. I don't know. Follow Nick.
On the block, I go for a lot of long walks. Just
tell him to make sure the plushie match happens. Just
it was 100% happening. It's 100%. Now, how quickly can you get a referee shirt is all I'm saying out loud. I'm just saying that
really
out loud.
easy.
I'm saying out loud. I'm just saying it out loud. You can borrow mine because, yes, I have one.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you for tuning on in. You know the drill. Stay safe, support independent wrestling, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night.